Hey, so I'm gonna tell you guys a story. Well, it's not really a story. It's more or less of a dream that McLovin had last night that really bothers him, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna bother a lot of you. I don't know where to begin, but it started out with McLovin getting married to another man. It was really weird, and it was during a double wedding, and it was just something really strange, and it was just in this like old Baptist church taking just it was in Louisiana is what it looked like to me. But in fact, the wedding the entire time was just a setup by my new boss, aka Jason Voorhees. And for those of you who don't know who Jason Voorhees is, Jason Voorhees is the killer from Friday the 13th, which, interestingly enough, this is the fourth one. It's my personal favorite, the one where Corey Feldman shaves his head and he kills Jason in the end, and he has to get taken to the psychopathic institute because he's like, yeah, 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 and he's like killing Jason over repeatedly with the machete, and his sister thinks he's gone insane, but it's not really Corey Feldman that's gone insane. It's Jason Voorhees. But anyway. So like I was saying, my new boss, Jason Voorhees, who, it was really weird because usually it's just he looks like this. But it wasn't really, he didn't look like this. He kind of had a fro going on, so it was kind of a weird hair. And then he kind of had a British accent, kind of talking a little bit like this. And he was kind of philosophical, which didn't make any sense at all. Because Jason Voorhees, with the brain and with hair, is the three most scariest things in the world. Bringing them all together, whoo, man, you got the scariest thing in the world. It freaked me out. But anyway, like I was saying, what Jason Voorhees was making me and my new husband do was go around killing people. But we weren't just killing them. We were slicing them open. I'm talking like the gut, like just, and the blood just like poured out and everything. And we had to collect it in buckets because Jason Voorhees wanted all the white and red blood cells. I don't know why Jason Voorhees would want blood cells, but he was like, well, they don't have blood cells, blah, 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 blah. I don't remember anything he said, but he was pretty stinking smart, and it kind of freaked me out a lot. And then sometimes he would have these, like, psychopathic spells where he lost all of his hair. Like, all of his hair would pop out, and his eyes would go all black and everything. And he was all like, yeah! And he would, like, try to kill people. And that wasn't the cool Jason. So it was like I started to speculate if he had two personalities, and it just freaked me out. Like, I couldn't tell if it was my philosophical boss, or if it was Jason, like the Jason from the movies. So this whole time I dream, I'm like, ah! And then, but what was cool though is I stopped killing people. The philosophical Jason came up with this new invention where I would go up to people in their sleep, and it was this like device, kind of shaped like one of them things that you skin carrots with, like the potatoes peelers. And what we do is we'd slice it on people's arms, and we'd cut this thing, and we'd get all the blood cells, and at the same time it would count how many blood cells we were getting out. And so it was usually like ranged anywhere between 2 million to 2 billion. Like, people had a lot of blood cells, but it was just freaky. And so me and my husband at the time, yeah, it's weird to say I had a husband, but my husband, he was all like, Bryce, we could go in our own business selling blood cells. I was like, you're right, honey, we can sell blood cells. And so we were like, we're going to sell blood cells. And so we started selling blood cells, and Jason Voorhees, he was actually kind of cool whenever he found out that we had started our own business. The thing that he had started, the philosophical Jason Voorhees, not the psycho Jason Voorhees. Once the psycho Jason Voorhees found out, he was like, we're going to kill you! And I was like, oh my gosh, he's going to kill us. But he never found us. We never saw him again in the dream. But what was cool is that the philosophical Jason, he actually invested into our business, and we went around to people while they were sleeping victims. And it was weird because it was actually people I knew. And I wasn't killing them, but I was slicing open their arms. And so all the people I knew were having, like, scars on their arm. And so I was, like, getting all their blood cells out, and all their white blood cells, the healing cells. And we were, like, collecting them, and we were selling them, and we would give some to Jason. And philosophical Jason was so cool with his hair and the mask, and he would just come up with all these theories. It was just a really weird dream. And, I mean, yeah, it bothered me that Jason had a British accent and hair, and that I married a guy at a double wedding, and the other people who were getting married was actually a man and a woman. Like, why couldn't I get married to a woman? I just learned to stop questioning my dreams. But that is the last time that I eat Chicken Express spicy wings before I go to bed. I just thought that I should share my dreams with y'all. What's wrong with my mind?